I guess if you were to sum up what Dick has, probably the word leadership is the one that would describe him best. I can't think of anybody whom I've met over the last 45 years at McGill who has done more as a volunteer.
There's no question about that. He is a constant ambassador, and he has represented us all over the world. He came to McGill in the late 1950s as a brilliant student and a formidable athlete, and he was an Olympian in swimming, and he never left us when he graduated. He's been a governor for the better part of a quarter of a century. He served as chair of the Board of Governors for 5 years, and he's just completed a 10-year term as chancellor. Through all of that, although he's a lawyer by profession, he is a historian by inclination. This man publishes as much in some years as great professors do. He's just a man of tremendous capacity and talent.
Dick was a lecturer in the law faculty in the early years after his graduation. He's spoken in management, he's spoken in education, I know he's spoken in engineering.
He's got great stature physically and great stature in terms of what he stands for. He was a senior member of the International Olympic Committee, and then he was the founding president of the World Anti-Doping Agency. And you can imagine it takes a pretty strong person to take on that role, particularly for the first time. It speaks to his exceptional integrity. Our alumni love to hear from him because he is passionate about McGill. He's a passionate Canadian. He's an international statesman. He's someone who Time magazine has ranked as one of the top 100 people of influence, several years running at the world level.
He just is a guy that when there's something to be done, he does it. For example, the Greville Smith Scholarship is the major scholarship coming into McGill. And Dick was part of the committee that said, well, let's make this into something special. So we ended up with something that's not unlike the Rhodes Scholarship.
Dick has a wonderful formal bearing, and he has a wry sense of humor. And if you don't know him well and you don't know he's joking, you could be quite unnerved by it.
Last week there were 5 days of convocation, and there are 2 a day. And at the end of it, when Dick got back up to the microphone, he said, I'm now beginning to understand Einstein's theory about the commencement of infinity.
If you were stranded on a desert island and you had 3 people to be with you, put your immediate family aside, Dick Pound would be top of my list. He's just so infinitely interesting and entertaining. His factual knowledge, his inquiring mind, his sense of debate and purpose, and then he's very funny. If you had a person who had any one of these characteristics, you'd think he'd really hit the gold, but with Dick you get them all together. We couldn't be happier or prouder than we are that he's being honored with this tremendous award.